Good morning. I think it would be great if we could be added to that WhatsApp group, and I'll get our members to come and visit those weekly meetings, 2 monthly meetings. Welcome to this year's CVC. It's a privilege to be here, and we're humbled to be in the company of so many pioneer experts and industry experts. Thank you for the organizing team for such a great event. It's really great to be here, and with congratulations to the previous speakers. I mean, this is really a tough act to follow, just when I was hoping to speak after Joe Biden, no luck, So, as you can see, we've been allocated to we're Marmatech, we're a Swiss-based mining company. We'll chat a little about who we are and what the future holds. So it's really about our story in the crypto mining space. Humans are very strange creatures. I mean, my colleagues came to me a week or two back and said, can you do the presentation for us? So I said, yeah, no problem. What have we been allocated? So they said sustainability. Complete panic. I mean, as my previous colleague said, sustainability and crypto mining, they don't coexist. So I had visions of, as a South African maybe, I had visions of somebody running in the room throwing tomatoes at me. And I quickly calmed down. So if I peer towards that door, it's not because I want to run out, it's because I'm afraid of who may come in. I quickly calmed down and remembered that we're actually one of the good guys, and that's what we want to explain to you today. Sustainable energy at Marmatech is part of our DNA. As we get into more detail of our conversation a little bit later on today, you'll notice that we've been fortunate enough to build our business around an energy solution that is cost-effective and eco-friendly. Let's all face it. A day doesn't go by today we're not reminded of, and rightly so, of the importance of in all our industries of developing sustainable clean energy solutions. So what do we do different? We're rather fortunate. Our unique selling position is we have a simple turnkey mining solution. Operationally, we are almost 100% carbon neutral. That's quite something to be able to say. We have strong intellectual capital. We have efficient hardware, and we have a specially developed algorithm. Our technology helps us identify the more profitable cryptocurrency to generate, and that improves hardware performance and yield. Again, like I said to you, we're a relatively young startup, so when we use this opportunity to tell you a little bit about ourselves. So our team is currently only 7 people strong. We have programmers, technicians, a buyer, it's very important for us, and an investment relations team. Our mission is really to support the security and development of the crypto ecosystem, and we want to become one of the larger, more agile, sustainable energy-based mining firms. Our current strategy is simple. It's miner and infrastructure development. We also want to maintain using sustainable energy only. We also want to maintain a lean, resilient, cost-effective business, focusing on strong balance sheets and cash flow. In the short term, we'd like to improve our hash rate and maintain our unique selling position, which is underpinned by our carbon neutral status. We are fortunate to have low-cost energy power, and that's thanks to our mining facility in Iceland. Our company is headquartered in Zug, commonly known as the gateway to the crypto valley. Last year, we opened up an offices in Zurich. And because of Zurich being the banking sector, a banking powerhouse, it was very important for our investment relations team. We have eight mining halls with servers in Iceland. Iceland offers the cheapest electrical tariff in the North Atlantic and Europe, and because of the climate, it provides our servers with natural cooling. It's very interesting what the previous speakers spoke about. So I think that there's some interesting solutions there that I think we need to talk about. And we have an eco-friendly power source, which is generated by hydro and geothermal. Our key partners are Incor Bank. It's very important in Switzerland. With financial services, we're Ombudsstelle. We're registered with the Swiss Ombudsman for financial services. and Crypto Valley, we're a member of Crypto Valley. Our history, next slide please, Tom. Our history, so a little bit about our history. In 2018, yes, we're a fledgling company. The founders met at a mutual friend's birthday party. They both had a common interest in crypto mining. One had an operation in Tunisia, the other one had an operation in Switzerland. And with already having some collective mining experience, they decided to join forces. And they embarked on a very thorough and comprehensive financial and business development plan. And it wasn't long before a proof of concept was born. They immediately went into market to identify some key strategic partners, and the rest is history. Partnerships, elaborating a little bit on our partnerships. We've been able to secure strong partnerships in all the key aspects of our business. Some of our partnerships include a close personal relationship with Worth Financial. They provide all the insurance cover for all of our equipment in Iceland. It's very important for us to make sure that our investment is always secured. For all our exchanges and other services in the banking sector, we have a very professional partner in Incor Bank. It's all very well having a mining facility and being able to generate cryptocurrency, but to be able to run your business, you need to be able to convert them into fiat. Incor Bank is a business-to-business bank that was founded in 2007, and they provide a first-class service to. They offer services to banks, security houses, fintech companies, and asset Marmatech with a first-class banking, transactional banking service and outsourcing service from a single point. In addition, since 2020, we've been acting as the Incor Bank blockchain advisors. We've been assisting them with their blockchain transactions and validation support. And we have an exclusive mandate with Incor Bank, and with that, we're able to provide a cost-effective and fast solution. As we also, I mentioned, we're a member of the Crypto Valley. Recently, we were very proud to announce that we have a new board member, and it's the director and founder of Crypto Valley, Professor Dr. Denzler. And he's a bit of a legend in Switzerland. He's affectionately known as Mr. Blockchain in all the media circles. We're very privileged to have him on the board, and he's proving to be a massive asset for us. Initial challenges in mining farm setup. This was, as a startup, it was investment capital. Albeit we had a strong business model and we had proof of concept, one of the challenges, the traditional Swiss private equity market is exactly that. It is traditional and conservative, and the venture capital lay in the generations one or two above us. So this selling a crypto business model to this generation was really difficult. It was often a foreign concept, and that type of venture capitalist was few and far between. So at that point in our business life, we had to recalibrate the way we were thinking. So what we did is we went with the available capital that we had. We took advantage of some market conditions at the time, and we were able to secure some some well-priced, high-performance equipment. Out of this actually came a good thing, because we then realized that if we were more aggressive and we timed our buying right and we used economy of scale, and we were actually able to do better in the procurement side of our business. So now we are. So we have a bank, we are FINMA registered, we have sourced our equipment. So now where do we go? Because, like I said before, everything, and this is why I have tremendous respect for this team, is that the entire business model from the start has been trying to do crypto mining, but using a sustainable energy source. So what they did was they did some extensive research in clean energy. They have access to quite a big business network, and they were able to secure a location in Iceland. The country is cold, barren, and dark. And it has got eco-friendly power. Perfect place for a computer. We were able to secure a lease agreement, and then we started the process of. We didn't fully appreciate how fortunate we were, because that was at that stage. And as you can see, is what is happening politically in the last 2 years. There's been a massive shift, and there are a lot more voices, and the sustainable energy message out there is a lot more aggressive. So we were lucky to be, I guess we were lucky to be in the right place at the right time. At the end of 2019, we began developing our halls, and a huge credit is owed to our technician there, who spent long days and long nights setting up the facility. And parallel with that, we worked with a local law firm, the Logos Group, and some more good news started coming in, and they said that we didn't, there was some new tax legislation out for foreigners, and we actually didn't need to set up a legal entity there. So we could actually run our entire operation from Switzerland, and that, we were good to go. Our initial investors, as mentioned previously, the demographic of our initial investors, viewed crypto as an unknown. So that we stayed positive, we kept plugging on, and eventually a major investor broke for us, and we had some nice backing. And we applied the resource wisely, and we were able to start generating results that outperformed our original business model. And from that, some good results started flowing. And with a good business model, a proof of concept, and some strong historical financial information, we now had a stronger sell to our investors, and more investors. We onboarded a lot more investors, and you will find that today, as we speak, we are investing in new mining capacity. Our challenges. Price and hardware development. I mean, cost of miners are like any other commodity. They supply and demand sensitive. The prices have been going up, especially for this type of high-performance technology, and it's been a challenge for us. And the pricing has been largely tracking the macro crypto market. And what also doesn't help us as a small player, a lot of the bigger buyers come in and they'll buy the dip. So whenever there is a dip, some of the bigger players come in and buy up all the machinery. So what we do is we look carefully at the opportunities. Again, with our aggressive pricing model, we've been able to sort of navigate those waters, and so far so good. Transport route from where we were sourcing our equipment to where it needed to be installed. We were trying to work with a 3-month lead time, and that so from acquisition to installation and being operational in Iceland had a 3-month lead time. So we actually outsourced that to experts, and also we're very fortunate to have a good logistics company handling that for us. The other challenge we had was acceptance in banks and institutions in Switzerland. And I'd like to refer to an interesting article published by Credit Suisse in June last year. And it was headlined Digital Money of the Future. And it contained some very interesting viewpoints from extremely high caliber individuals, from Credit Suisse, Six Digital, SIBA, Swiss National Bank, and Inco Bank. In this discussion, they unpack the opportunities and risks of crypto. It's a good read. You'll be able to find it online. But our takeaway, maybe a little bit biased because we're sharing a little bit of the same view of our own bank, but our takeaway was that banks need to plunge and embrace the change, albeit with a little bit of reservation. Crypto regulations. In Switzerland, cryptos and virtual currencies are classified as assets or property. The cryptocurrencies regulation is remarkably progressive in Switzerland. Switzerland imposes a registration process and a requirement to obtain a FINMA license in order to operate. Opportunities for us. Internal efficiency. So, and again, referring to what I've learned from what was displayed in some of the previous speakers, it's really interesting stuff. Fortunately, we are already well positioned from an ESG standpoint as a company. We are carbon neutral. And our team, but we don't stop there. Our team meets weekly to brainstorm our whole business process to identify ways of doing better. We look at our suppliers, what our suppliers' footprint are, and we look at our own internal efficiencies. Crypto banks in Switzerland, we're very fortunate. Banks are becoming more accommodating, and they're making it a lot easier for us to do work. They're making it a lot more affordable. New locations. So now we have this operation in Iceland, but with what's happened over the last couple of years, we've realized that, if you want to grow your business and you want to be a much larger business than you are, you need to start looking at new locations. So what we've done is we've been able to identify another exciting location in Europe, and both that location dovetails perfectly with our clean energy ambitions, and they are politically stable, and they have access to wind and solar power, and they also have the resources and the technical abilities to be able to set up those operations there. We've secured the land in one of those locations, and we're currently busy with we're busy with modeling our clean energy options in those origins. Partnerships, through new partnerships, we've been able to acquire new exchange solutions, develop faster distribution channels, and we're bringing on new investment all the time. And this is why the new investment all the time is quite important, is because in Iceland we have available capacity to mine. So the energy in Iceland is 99.98% renewable. It's hydro and geothermal. We have a total of, our capacity at the moment, we have a total of 20 megawatts per hour capacity available, and currently we've only used 25% of that capacity. So we still have a lot of available capacity in Iceland, and we need to scale up as fast as we can. Our future plans. So one thing that we've identified is securing fixed electrical supply contracts, okay, and securing and holding long-term, well-priced electrical supply contracts. So our approach to this is, after identifying a country to expand into, we identify the available energy, sustainable energy sources that exist there in that location. Then what we do is we develop our own sustainable energy solution in that location, and again, considering the expertise and the technical resources that are available there. But then what we also make sure is that when we develop that power, we make sure that no energy is lost. We feed that back into the grid to ensure that we don't have any loss of power. It sounds simple, but it isn't, because some of the countries that you're dealing with, it requires collaboration with local communities, local governments, and local authorities, and capitalizing on but we use our already existing good reference in the markets. Another thing we've identified, sorry?
I'm very, very sorry, but we've gone a little bit over, and the next session is starting shortly.
Okay, sorry. I'll try to closing remarks. I'll just finish up one page, no problem. Okay, so in closing, we live in very interesting times. The goalposts are always moving. We are emerging from a pandemic last seen in 100 years. There's war in Europe last seen in 77 years. The shift in the global political landscape is showing there's a stronger climate change voice in all the legislative houses. We have the November elections in the USA coming up, and often candidates in the run-up to these elections campaign on certain issues: Fed policy, inflation, global supply chain review, climate change, and one can hang one's hat on the fact that crypto will be a talking point. The ground is fertile, and I'm sure that a lot of you feel this way, for the industry to come under more pressure, especially in sustainability. As a fledgling company, we're trying to sift through all the noise, navigate through these interesting waters as best we can. We're well positioned as a young company from an ESG standpoint. With a lean business model, we are efficient, flexible, and reactive. Our aim is not only to be a successful business, but to play our part in contributing to the messages and conversations, ensuring crypto remains relevant and not just a nice to have in your investment portfolio. Thanks for your time today. Great.
Thank you, Tyrone. I didn't have any tomatoes to throw, but there's some lovely croissants downstairs. Thank you all for listening. We have now coffee break.